So we're talking about the millennium, when Jesus comes back and he rules on earth for 1,000 years. And during that 1,000 years, the devil gets locked up, so has no power to tempt. So my question is, why would anybody want to serve somebody whose power can get locked up like that? Why would you serve somebody who has to answer to a higher being, right? Lucifer can't do things beyond what we can handle, and he can't do things to us that God doesn't allow. So whatever that you're going through in your life, just know that God knows that you can handle it. No matter how heartbreaking it is, he knows that you can handle it, and that he allowed the devil to do it because God knows that you can handle it. So if you know that, then look at the situation that you're in right now and look at it with those eyes, that God knows that you can handle it and that you can overcome it, that there's a lesson to be learned in it, and that Lucifer does not have power over you. He has to get permission. He has to get permission. And so why would anybody want to serve somebody like Lucifer, who has to answer to God? Why would you serve Muhammad or Allah? They even also have to answer God. Why would you serve Buddha? Buddha answers to God. Why would you serve Joseph Smith? Joseph Smith answers to God. Why would you serve Charles Russell? He answers to God. Do you know who God answers to? God answers to nobody, no one, because there is no equal to God. God doesn't even have an enemy. You know who is God's enemy? No one. An enemy is someone who is your rival, someone who is kind of equal to your power. Lucifer has absolutely no power like that. Lucifer, don't forget, Lucifer is an angel. He was a cherubim. He was created by God. Okay? So he is not God's equal. It's not God versus God. It's God versus angel. God has no enemy. God has no equal. No one comes remotely close to him. Therefore, he has no enemy. He has no one who can replace him. He doesn't answer to anyone. So that's who you need to serve, is God. You don't serve anybody else, because whoever you're serving right now that is not God, even they answer to God. And they will be thrown into hell or the lake of fire for destruction. And wherever they end up, I promise you, if you follow them, that's where you're going to end up too. God will never force you to love him. God would never force you to stay in heaven. That's not where you want. So if you want to go to hell, he'll sadly send you to hell, because he didn't create hell for us. Hell was for Lucifer and the angels that followed him. But unfortunately, because he was able to penetrate through the loophole of possessing us and our spirits, and tempting us with riches of this world and things of this world and lusting of this world, that God's going to send us there too. If that's where you want and you follow Lucifer, then that's what you want. You want to go to torment and agony and torture for all eternity, God will send you there. He will not keep you in heaven where you're not going to be happy. When you and I promise, hell is not what the devil makes you think it is. That it's going to be a slumber party. Oh, they're going to have orgies there, all right, but it's going to be tormented orgies. Okay, and you think it's going to be a party? Oh no. All you're going to hear is wailing, and it's not even considered crying. Wailing is deep agony, deep regret. You guys have never heard wailing before. I've heard wailing, but I've only heard them at funerals. And funerals of people who do not believe in afterlife, and who do not believe in heaven, and who do not believe in of God. So they think that that's the end of it for them, so they wail. And you get to hear that. And the sound of that, and of the haunting, and of regret, and you get to hear a gnashing of the teeth, grinding of teeth. I don't know if you've ever been around people who grind in their sleep, but that sound is sickening. And so can you imagine hell? And that's what you guys really want, right? You want that versus beautiful kingdom that God and Jesus has been preparing for you. That the streets are paved in gold. that there's jewels and material that we don't even have here, that God saved exclusively for heaven as a reward for those who remain faithful. That He's got mansions up there for you, designed specifically for what you want and what you deserve. He has that waiting for you. But yet you would rather live here on earth, in this dying earth, and the earth that's gonna come to an end. And you're gonna follow Lucifer, who has to answer to Jesus, who has to answer to God. And you guys don't even know, Lucifer actually answers to us. We have the power over him. We have the authority over him. Because he was created to serve us. But because of how arrogant he was, how selfish he was, how evil he was, he ended up tricking you guys and making you guys serve him. And that's how I know that we were actually created for him to serve. Because everything that the devil is the opposite of God. So if he's making you serve him, what does that really mean? Opposite, he was supposed to serve you. So think about this. The next time you want to sin, the next time you want to cheat on your wife or your husband, the next time you want to get into addiction, the next time you want to watch porn, the next time you want to go and pick up a prostitute, pick up a needle, pop a pill, drink another sip of alcohol, get another tattoo. Not saying that tattoos are bad, but what are you marking your body for? What's the purpose of it? Everything that we do needs to have a purpose for God. I don't even care if you're putting a tattoo on your body. Your body is a temple, holy and sacred for God, righteous for God. You don't need to do those things. You don't need to do anything that does not glorify God. I don't care if it's a verse for God. He doesn't need you to do that. Carry around the Bible instead and read from the Bible. Unless you want to go and tattoo the whole Bible, every verse onto your body. But that's impossible. Please don't do that. God doesn't need you to do that. Offer your body as a living sacrifice to God, holy and righteous. Meaning I lay down my old life. I lay down this old body. I lay down this old soul. I lay down all my old souls. I lay it down right here for you, God. This life is not my life. This life is yours, God. So do with my life, with my body, what you will for your kingdom. We don't have much time left, you guys. We do not have time left. Please, if you have not chosen God, choose him today. This is your sign. Choose him today. Choose him today. Change your life. Because those who love God, they live a life that is a direct reflection of that. Those who truly love God and follow God will not be in clubs, will not be in bars, will not be sleeping with somebody who they're not married to, would not be neglecting their children, would not be neglecting their spouse, would not be abusing them, would not be out there secretly watching porn, cursing. No, those are not characteristics of God. So because of that, if you have any of those characteristics, is God really with you? Is his spirit with you? Are you really a believer? Because I promise you, the devil sends people to church. The devil and his followers, they read the Bible too. Because even they know that the Bible is true. You can go to church just as long as you don't change your life. You can go to church just as long as you don't really believe in God. So if you're going every Sunday and you still haven't changed, why are you even going? You're either going to the wrong church that's teaching wrong doctrine, that's only teaching motivation and not transformation, or you don't have God or God's Spirit in your heart. So choose this day to serve God and God only. Abba, Adonai, Yahweh.